Hey, what's going on, Who That Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And thank you all very much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. Just finished up a interview with Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. Man, shouts out to the Don King for having me on the show. It was a very good show, man. We talked for a very long time. I think it was about a 3-hour podcast, but great content right there, man. Shouts out to those brothers doing real big things. I know a lot of people in the Who That Nation. I want to say, first off, I appreciate everybody for going over there, those that did to support and represent the Who That Nation loud and proud. Much love to each and every one of you, no doubt about that. But I know a lot of people probably had some questions, probably had some statements that they wanted to make, probably wanted to talk or address some of the things that were said. First off, I'm all for having like great dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't mind, you know what I'm saying, having like good, dialogue between people and stuff like that. I think that's very important. I don't mind being on a show where a person like disagrees with me or anything like that. So anytime I can learn something for being on a show, because I mean, honestly, I don't follow the Falcons like that. I really don't, unless they like playing the Saints. I mean, I know enough in order for me to, get by, you know what I'm saying, and talk about the game, but I really don't follow it. So in order for them to like, tell me a little bit about the team and learn and stuff like that, I mean, it was great, man, but I mean, I make no excuses. Okay. I make no excuses about the Saints, failures in the playoffs. I mean, I feel like anybody that makes excuses, then that's just your cup of tea. But as for me, I don't make excuses about the Saints shortcomings or anything like that. I mean, I just take it week by week, game by game, play by play. And I think that everybody else needs to do that. And I think that's very important. But I think it's going to be an interesting game this weekend. It's good to see so many members of the Who That Nation stop by the Atlanta Falcons podcast to sound off. And it's going to be a very interesting game to see Taysom Hill out there having his third start. So going to go ahead and open up the floor because this isn't really about me. This is mostly about you all and on the things that you have to say. Your boy Jay says I had to troll him, TJ. Well, you definitely was doing that, man. And I think there was some frustration over there. You can't take it. You can't take things so personal. You can't, man. Like if you start taking things personal or start like getting into like your feelings of somebody taking you out of position, then man, like it's a recipe for disaster. That's why if people say certain things to me, man, I'm trying to learn like how to center myself because it's important. TJ, I'm expecting Taysom to look a lot better throwing the ball this game. Ironically, he looked good against the Falcons when passing. Well, I mean, the Falcons don't really have a good defense, and their secondary is suspect, but I think they're going to be pretty game. Excuse me. I think they're going to be pretty game going up against the Saints this time around. You got the Saints Army with you, TJ. Yeah, I saw that, man. I didn't expect so many people to show up. I really didn't. I didn't expect so many people to come through, follow through, and support your boy, man, which is extremely humbling to me. It's so humbling, man. Like y'all just don't know, man. I was looking at the chat and I'm just watching individuals that, that look at the show, that come through and support, man. It's just overwhelming to say the least. And I appreciate that. I really do. Damien says still at work, but able to sneak in to see my favorite sports show. Man, I appreciate that too. And thank you so much. Thank you for, checking out the podcast. And it's not going to be long, man. It's mostly because I was on another podcast, the Atlanta Falcon podcast. I went behind enemy lines, and I know some people wanted to say some things about that. So I just want to give people the opportunity to express how they feel. Tyra says we had a backup TJ, them dudes over there. Well, I mean, they had some valid points, man. I ain't going to sit up here and just say everything that was said, like, was just crazy. Like, they know their stuff. They know football, man. So, I mean, they even, like, corrected me a couple times about the Saints. So, I mean, these guys know what they're talking about for the most part, I mean, there's some things that I disagree with them with, but that's what make us, different. You know, that's what makes us fans at the end of the day. We can learn from one another, and we see different perspectives. Matt Ryan is not a top 10 quarterback all time. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I think that anybody that thinks that Matt Ryan is a top 10 quarterback, that's just borderline delusional. You can make an argument for today's NFL, him being a top 10 quarterback. I wouldn't argue there, but all time, nah. I definitely wouldn't do that. Ghostface Griller, thank you very much for the $20. The host of my favorite podcast. Thank you so much for the $20, man. Thank you so much. And I honestly think that's probably the most money I ever got through a donation on this podcast. So thank you so much. Man, it's so humbling, man. Like, y'all just don't know. Like, for real. Like, I was just overwhelmed by the response and the turnout of the people that watch this podcast. Like, it was unbelievable. Jerry says I would troll it over there. I mentioned the 4 L's. Man, I seen a lot of y'all in there. Yeah, your boy Jay, he was on it. Look, Lavelle was on it. Tyra was on it. I was like, my goodness. And they had a guy with a name I didn't recognize. It was just like, man, it was. And the thing about it was crazy because, you know, during a podcast, like, well, on Twitter, he put out a tweet that said, look, Atlanta Falcon fan base, they need to show up and show out. And he asked me to, like, post a tweet in order for, you know, the Saints fans to come out. I don't know why, you know, but I'm just glad y'all did show up because y'all know y'all show up, y'all show out. I just hope Sean opens the play calling with Taysom because everyone been talking that ish. Well, like I said, man, I'm not too concerned about this. I mean, look, we want the Falcons to beat the Saints, no doubt about it. But, I mean, we want the Saints to beat the Falcons, but it wouldn't bother me if the Falcons beat the Saints. I just feel like the Saints got bigger fish to fry. Optimus Grind says, I think people looking at the last game and think that Taysom won't be good. I think he'll have a big game and hush the doubters. Well, I hope so because he needs one. And we all know that people's opinions wane from week to week. Casey says, I watch your podcast with those two ATL idiots, TJ. Yes, I said there are idiots. Matt Ryan, top 10, better than Brady when the smoke clears. I didn't agree with that. Do you realize that Brady is second behind Breeze all-time passing touchdown? Brady 6 Super Bowls, Breeze 1, and so on. He said best quarterback all-time, Dan Marino. Breeze and Brady passed Marino's records. I don't care what Atlanta used to be. We're in there now. I stopped watching halfway through. My face was hurting from laughing so hard. Well, I'm glad you did pass by, Casey, man. Casey always coming through. Great topics, great conversation, always inboxing me. And no, Casey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to say it personally. Like, you don't bother me at all, man. I enjoy your commentary. I enjoy, like, the videos that you send and everything like that. So keep them coming, Casey. And I appreciate you stopping by, my brother. Ray says they low-key salty. Yeah. I mean, it's understandable. It's understandable to be salty. You know, like I said it a couple weeks ago on the show. Watching another team win that's your rival, it hurts. You know what I'm saying? Because you wish that your team can be in that position, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you want your team to be in that position, but they're not, you know, and the best way, like I said, I heard like the overall record. I'm like the overall record. And I'm like, y'all can have it. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody cares at the end of the day. You start bringing up overall records when you have nothing to combat. When you have nothing to combat the argument of, number one, not being relevant at this particular time. Number two, not being a playoff contender. So I take that. I give you that, you know. Like, you know, so if you're talking about overall records, that's fine. I'm like, if you want to take those 4 games, that's fine. You know, I don't have a problem with that. You know, I mean, the Saints caught up, you know what I'm saying? So, and they were talking about in the 90s, you know, how Atlanta dominated and beat the Saints 10 straight times. But, I mean, that shows how good the Saints have been over the past 15 years to catch up in this rivalry like that. TJ, they didn't know what to do with you on that show. Well, I mean, like I said, they made some compelling points, man. They had a couple of times where, you know, I can see their point of view, but, I didn't understand. I think that I don't know. I don't think that show. I really don't feel like they just brought me on the show to kind of, back me into a corner or nothing like that. I don't think it was like that. I think they wanted to have like a good conversation, which we did. And I'm glad. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I'm just glad that it wasn't just. Oh, I hate your team, you hate my team. I mean, we talked about so many other different things, and you know what I'm saying. Like, so I appreciate that. If it was just. I don't think I would have stayed on that long if it were just y'all suck. No, y'all suck. No, y'all suck. Look at y'all quarterback. Look at our quarterback. Look, I want some good dialogue, and they did have good dialogue. So shouts out to those brothers, man. Keen Arthur said, TJ, I believe we still need a relief corner as an insurance policy. Well, a little bit late in the season on Keen Arthur. So, and for what I see from the other cornerbacks that been coming in, I think we should be okay. Do you think we're going to run the ball as much against the Falcons? Probably not. Probably not. It was all about the game plan and not hurting yourself. Joseph McGee says, "What's up?" They low key hating on the Saints. They weren't low key. They were hating on the Saints. But that comes with the territory. Like they're the Falcons. You know what I'm saying? They're Falcons fans, so they definitely gonna hate us because we hate them, right? Tower says we wasn't playing with them chit birds. Y'all definitely weren't playing, man. I mean, it got mad disrespectful up in that thing, man. You gave them guys a piece of your mind, them Atlanta Falcon fans. Yeah, man. Like I said, man, they had some very compelling arguments, though. I don't want to just beat up on anybody. I mean, but it is what it is. How y'all doing tonight? What's going on, Shamika? James says, man, we are there for you, TJ, and I appreciate that too. I really do. What were your top 3 points? I missed it. Well, I didn't have any top 3 points if you're talking about the show Optimus Grind. I just came off an Atlanta Falcon podcast, and you had a lot of members of the Who Dat Nation, a lot of supporters and supporters of the State of the Saints podcast came over. So I decided to have like a impromptu podcast to try to get people's perspective and what they thought about the podcast. And so I definitely want to get them brothers on the show, though. I definitely want to get them over here, man, so we can talk Falcons. What up, TJ? I was in the chat earlier, too, laughing hard, but it was interesting and entertaining. Yeah, it definitely was, man. It definitely was. It definitely was. We put top. Let me see. We put top right to period. Man, TJ, what the hell they are talking about? Saints just got fast since 2006. Yeah, I mean, that was the point that kind of bothered me, though. When I was like, man, like we got fans, like we've been having fans for years. Like, nah, it's just 2006. I got family down there. I'm like, I'm from there. You know what I mean? Like, you can't tell me anything about a place that I'm from. I'm from New Orleans. I was born and raised there. I've been in New Orleans when the Saints were terrible, and people were still Saints fans, still saying who they, and I don't get that, man. That whole 2006 thing, yeah, did people hop on the bandwagon? Of course, people love winners, but to say that nobody liked the Saints and people were Cowboy fans and 49er fans, that is true, but majority of the city was New Orleans Saints fans. TJ, you need to get a segment where the representative from all 4 teams in the South come on the show and discuss the state of the teams. Well, I definitely can have that if I chose to. My boys, shouts out to Mike, Rick, DJ Hopkins, those guys, NFC South versus NFL. And now, we got some Atlanta Falcon fans that we can actually bring on the show. So Vine Too Real said, dang, I missed it. Yeah, it was fun and entertaining. It definitely was entertaining. I had to go in my bag for that one, though. I had to go in my bag. They ain't like I don't think they like when I said that the Saints made them relevant. I don't think they like the fact when I said that they only play on television when they go up against a star quarterback. I don't think they like that either. But there's some validity behind that. It is true. It was like Frankie and Johnny letting them have it. Long Journey says, man, open up the call line, TJ. Okay, look, I'll take a few phone calls, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and get up out of here, man, because, man, I only had maybe like about an hour and a half of sleep today. So I'm going to try to get me some sleep. And I know my wife probably wondering, man, you still back there working? So I'm going to go ahead and open up the line. I'm going to let a few people go ahead and chime in. I ask that you keep your comments short, please keep them short, you know what I'm saying? So we can just get through everybody. Shouts out to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Yeah, man, shouts out to Myrtle Beach, man. That's where I'm at right now. Number one, once again, what's going on, man?
Boy, let me tell you something. You already knew what time it was. That boy said, "Hey, open up the phone lines." You know I was up in there.
Yeah, I know. I see that, man.
Well, I was peeping around the corner like the dude on the on Mortal Kombat. What's he? That's it. But yeah, bro. Mm-hmm. I looked at a little bit of the show that you did, and then the you was going live tonight, and that popped up. So I said I got to hop on over there. Yeah. So I didn't really get to see too much, but I can already tell you, them boys was salty from the jump. You remember when people were sitting up in that thing saying who that? They were mad about that. They didn't like that at all. But
I don't think they knew that so many Flames fans would show up. I don't think so. And honestly, man, I mean, I was overwhelmed by the response too, man, because I mean, I didn't know, man. I didn't know how many people was gonna show up, and I don't know how many people were actually watching it. I mean, I couldn't see like the number of how many people was actually watching the live. So I don't know how many people were on there, but I'm pretty sure it was quite a bit.
That was cool. People showed up for you, bro. I didn't know, honestly. I would have been on there too. I'd have been up in that thing trolling it too, you hear me? But hey, I gotta ask you a few questions, bro.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Is it weird that I know more of the Falcons team history than they alleged fans? I know more of their history than they do.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say this, man. I think because you follow a team, because I would say this, like they have like it was a couple of times in years like they actually corrected me on, you know what I'm saying? But I just think that it's the fact that we actually watch them and we evaluate them because we have to keep them close to figure out like how we match up against them. So I think there are going to be little nuances of teams that you may know. But like I said, I mean, I don't think that makes you less of a fan. Now, my problem is, King Arthur, are the fans that act like they've been there from the jump or act as if when people say, okay, they've been here since 06, do they understand 06 was, you know what I'm saying? That's darn near 15 years ago, right? And it's 15 seasons. That's a long time, man. Imagine having a child born in 2006. They 15 years old right now, 14 years old. So that's a long time, man. And people need to understand that.
Right. So I was just thinking, bro, I really think the whole Taysom Hill playing, I'm not even going to make no excuses. Dude played bad in terms of passing the ball last game. Mm-hmm. But I think that we can attribute that, one, to the game plan and his comfortability with the receivers. Mm-hmm. Two, I really don't think – I think he get nerves at times, like because it was times where Michael Thomas and even Traquan – ironically, Traquan Smith was wide open in the middle of the field, and he just wouldn't pull the trigger.
Right.
Like, the dude clearly has some arm strength, but your arm strength is negated when your timing is off because that gives defenders time to get back into play when you don't throw it when you should.
Right.
So I think he'll be okay, and he got a good team to do it against, the Falcons. But I ain't gonna hold you, TJ. Honestly, my score prediction is 24-10, bro.
Okay, 24-10, man. That's a good score right there. Okay. I mean, like I said, I think it might be a little bit closer than that, but I still have the Saints winning, man. But King Arthur, I appreciate it. Thank you for the call, my brother.
All
right, take it easy. Yeah, man. Shouts out to King Arthur, always coming through first. We're gonna move on to Sanchez. Sanchez, what's going on, man?
Man, what's up, TJ? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing just fine, man. How you doing tonight?
Man, I'm good. Man,
that's good,
I just wanted to come in and say, great podcast between you and the other podcast. The name slipped me, but yeah, man, I was in that junk. If you happen to see King Kavon 25,
okay,
me.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it was you. You definitely stood your ground. All the little side swipes that they, of course, and the letter fan gonna come at us with all the Minnesota Miracle, all the overall record, all this, all that, like Bounty Gate, y'all title tainted, bro. You stood your ground. You held it down. Wasn't breaking no sweat. Had an answer for everything they had to say, and of course, you knew the Who That Nation had you live in the chat. It
Yeah.
honestly took me by surprise to see like we really took over the chat. Like
Yeah, man.
I seen some of us in that jump.
Yeah. I was overwhelmed, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm getting a tad bit emotional just thinking about it, man. Like I never like when I first started this show, dude, like I never thought like it would be this way. You know what I'm saying? I was just a guy who had an opinion. And like I say, y'all just make this show so fun to do. And you know what I'm saying? Like the response that we, you know what I'm saying, had on that podcast, like was just unbelievable, man. So I appreciate that. Thank you, man.
Man, I honestly thank you, TJ, because like I told you before, man, before you, I was looking for a real deal Saints podcast, and I'm just happy that I found one. And hey, I've been listening, and I'm gonna continue listening. Great content, man. Keep doing your thing, man.
Man, thank you so much, Sanchez, man.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you. Yeah, you take it easy.
You too.
All right, man. Shouts out to Sanchez, man, and thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. Even the people that don't want to call in, those that were there tonight, man. I appreciate that love. I'm gonna go to Boosie, man. What's going on, man? What's going on, man?
What's up, TJ?
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. So what you got for me?
TJ.
Uh-huh.
You know what you said the other.
You're a little low, man. You're a little low. I can barely hear you.
I got to turn up. Oh, my bad. Hold on, TJ.
Okay, man. You good? Yeah, just having a hard time kind of hearing you a little bit, man. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put you back in a room, and once you get yourself straight, then we'll put you back on. Okay, I think he ready now. What's going on,
go ahead,
man?
TJ.
Yeah,
Okay,
I can hear you. I can hear you, man. Go ahead.
All right, hey TJ, remember we had a conversation the other day about Taysom Hill. Now I see you
Right.
up there. You didn't hurry up and posted something up there about Taysom Hill. What's your topic was?
You talking about you talking about the one I did this morning? Well,
No.
I guess you could say-
When we talked about the other day about Taysom.
Was it about Sean Payton trusting Taysom Hill?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yep.
Yeah. That actually came from somebody that asked me that in the inbox. Okay, so that topic wasn't like my personal assessment of it. It was just something I felt like that was worth discussing, especially like you look at the performance from the the Denver Broncos game and how conservative they were in that game. So that was just my whole point. Like, was it because he didn't trust him, or he just kind of just went with the game plan, went with the flow? So that's what the show was about. And of course, man, you know how the shows go. You start off with one topic, and then it takes on a life of its own once I start answering questions from people. But that was the topic itself. That was the main topic of the show this morning.
Okay, so my point is about Taysom to the point that, like I said, like everybody said, you give him one game, then you give him the next game, everybody gonna judge off of that one game, even though he did good on the second game. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like, oh, he did bad, or he can't throw the ball down the field or whatever. But you got to give a quarterback, just like we did last year with Teddy Bridgewater. You know what I'm saying? When he started them 5 games, the first game he started out sluggish. Then as the week progresses, he got better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, I've said it. I think right after the game. I think that anybody that's judging this guy based on this game, I feel like that's not fair to Taysom, man.
Right.
I feel like you need to get this guy an opportunity. Now, like I said, I'm not saying that he's the future of the Saints, okay? But I don't think you have a complete body of work to say that he can't be, okay? So I think anything else is just basically your own personal assessment, watching him, thinking he don't look the part, and that's fine, okay? You're entitled to your opinion. But I just trust Sean Payton, and he has done enough for me to say that I trust this guy. He's going to put the team in the best position to succeed. And maybe, you know what I'm saying, Taysom is who he feels like is putting the team in the best position as of right now, now that Drew Brees is hurt. So Give him a chance. I agree with you, man. I agree with you,
Right,
Boosted,
right,
man. I
right,
think
right.
that you do it. You should.
So do you think that Taysom is like the future quarterback, or you think Jameis? Cause I look at certain situations like as far as like, yeah, Taysom he get it's just like the same thing when James came. I mean, with as Teddy Bridgewater came in.
Right.
When he had those 5 games winning streak, the same thing with Taysom. We're on the 2-game winning streak. So do you think that Taysom is a better fit, or do you think Jameis? Because I feel like you said, you're a conspiracy theory. I heard what you were saying the other day.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Look, I think Sean Payton, he hiding Jameis, man. I think he hiding him, man.
Right. Yeah. I said, and I also said that this morning, Boost. I said it on the show this morning. I said I feel like he hiding him out because he learned his lesson from Teddy Bridgewater. It was never in the cards for Teddy Bridgewater to hit the field. It was him learning under Drew Brees and Sean Payton and the quarterback coach Joe Lombardi. He was going to learn under them, get himself coached up, and be ready to rock and roll once Drew Brees retires. And I just feel like the whole plan backfired when Drew Brees did something he normally doesn't do, and that's get hurt. And you're going to put Teddy on the field because Teddy is a more ready quarterback than Taysom was at the time. So I think he doesn't want history to repeat itself. It's not like we're talking about Jameis Winston like he just slow and he trash. Like, this guy has a lot of tools that can take him to the next level. He has a big arm. You know what I'm saying? Like he has a good touch on the football. Now he needs to work on his mechanics, his footwork a tad bit, but all those things are fixable. And Sean Payton is looking at him as a project. So if he can kind of hide him out, think about this, bro. You don't like if you have, let's just say, for example, okay, you got a Nissan Altima, right? But you got that Caprice Classic inside your garage. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna bring that Caprice Classic out, you know what I'm saying? You probably hit the club, or you trying to, you know what I'm saying, you trying to show out a little bit. But 9 to 5 going, you know what I'm saying, Monday through Friday, you're going to be pushing that Ultima. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You're going to put it in a garage. You're going to be like, okay, man, y'all think I just got this Ultima. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that. But watch what I pull out tonight. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's trying to do, in my opinion. I think he's trying to put Jameis in a garage and, you know what I'm saying, a Nissan Altima. No disrespect to Taysom Hill, but that's what I look at that as. He also promised Taysom Hill he'll give him opportunity to start. So you're keeping your promise to Taysom, and at the same time, you're molding and shaping and resurrecting the career of one quarterback that can possibly win a couple games for you in the future. So, because you know what? Even though Bridgewater shot up on the breeze for you, look how he playing right now. That boy almost got 4,000 yards this season. So guess what? They're sitting up on the breeze. That works, man. Yeah, that works. It definitely does, Boosie, man. No doubt about that. Yeah, man. But I appreciate that, man. Appreciate the call. Thank you so much, man. And you already know, man. Call back anytime, man. I appreciate the support.
All right, thank you, TJ. Who that?
Man, shouts out to Boosie, man. Yeah, man. I just feel like he's hiding out Jameis Winston. I said that this morning on the podcast. Some of y'all probably heard me say that already, but that's the way I feel about it. We're going to go to Jared Porter Jr., the OG of the State of the Saints podcast. Jared, what's going on, man?
What's going on with TJ Jones, the host?
Man, yes, sir.
Of the State of the Saints podcast. And let me start off by saying this, TJ.
Hold on, Jerry. You're a little distorted now, man. You're a little distorted.
All right, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you're really loud. I want to make sure. I want to make sure people are able to hear you.
Okay, I'm doing something a little different. I'm talking through my headset through my laptop, so that I give that a try.
Okay, yeah, we can definitely hear you, man. But it's just a little loud. I don't want your words to be distorted.
I got you, man. I got you. But I want to say this, TJ. Like they say in wrestling, the winner of this match and still the champ. TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Podcast.
Right, man. I appreciate that, man. I thank you for that. I didn't even know I was sparring. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, I say that in the most humble way possible, man. I really do. I'm not trying to disrespect those brothers or nothing. You know, I just didn't feel like I was sparring. I didn't think I was going to be. I didn't think it was going to be a show like that. I really thought maybe I looked at their podcast, and most of their shows consist of 30 to 45 minutes. And I think I might have excited a little bit longer of a podcast because I guess, you know, like some people are knowledgeable of the game, and then all of a sudden, like you think, okay, I'm about to let this guy know, but I mean, I'm just as knowledgeable as most people. I don't think I know everything, but I think I can hold my own.
No, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So what you thought about it overall, man? I don't know how long you were there, but what do you think about it overall?
I was over there for a minute, but it was a good show over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It was a good show over there, but like I said, TJ, you weren't in this fight alone, man. You had your squad with you over there, so I couldn't let them Falcons fans get the best of you. So we had to come and bring it.
Right. Yeah, and I appreciate that. I thank y'all so much. Like it made the show fun to do, and I was trying to tell him, man. Like I was like, man, why you let people get under your skin? Because he really was, man. And then he kind of tapered down once I addressed it. But you got to have control of it. You got to have control, man. Like you can't just there's some outrageous stuff that is said in this chat. But I mean, I try not to let it get to me, man. Because if you do, then I just feel like the people that actually want to get the content, they kind of lose out on it. So I think they were paying. I think too much attention to the chat was being paid. Paid, but y'all definitely got under their skin. I can tell you that right now. when somebody said Willie Beeman, better than right.
Lord.
Oh
my God.
That was funny.
Yes, it was. And once again, shout out to everybody that's in the chat. I hope y'all can hear me well. I turned it down some, so I hope I'm okay. But I just want to give a shout out to everybody that's in the chat. I love each and every one of y'all. Every single one of y'all. I love each and every one of y'all. There ain't nothing y'all can do about it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we love you too, Jerry, and we appreciate you, man. Thank you for your support, man. You've been down with your boys since day one. Man, you was like one of the top 5 subscribers I had on here, man. I'll never forget that. I don't care what guy takes me, you know what I'm saying, as far as the show is concerned, man. Like I will always be indebted to you, my friend. You always will be the OG of the State of Saints podcast, no doubt about it. I think it was you, my brother EJ, and my mama. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the top 5.
The triple threat.
Top 5, right. And
shout out to your mom too, man. Much love to her, man.
Yeah, man, no doubt about it. I appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you more, TJ, because like you said, I've been riding with you since day one-ish. Feeling like the Usos, day one-ish.
Yeah, man, you definitely been there day one, man. I'll never forget that. That's why I dub you the OG. But Jerry, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
All right, man. And I'll give you my prediction when you do your prediction score this weekend.
All right, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Anytime, man. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, man. Who that? Yeah, shouts out to Jerry, man. I said, man, Jerry was like one of the top 5 subscribers. And, I think, like I said, it was my mom. It was my big brother, EJ. It was Jared Port Jr. I want to say Bobby was also one of the top ones. And the show has grown since then, man. And I appreciate that. I thank y'all so much. Let's see. I'll take a few more calls for, like I said, just want everybody to keep it short, then we'll go ahead and get up out of here, man. I'm putting the link inside the comments. So if you want to call in, go ahead, feel free to call in. Like I said, just keep your comments short. I know a lot of people, have something to say. Let's see. I had to have my brother TJ back. Who that be? X-Road, you were like on fuego. Like, that's the real MVP right here, man. He was the real MVP. He was on the next. Okay, he was on the next of those guys. Like he was relentless. Like you were relentless, my friend. And there was a couple times where I would try to listen, and I was looking at the chat, and some of y'all just kind of had me rolling, man. Good. What's going on, man? I can hear Gecko, man, so I'm gonna have to go back to you. Straight Booming Podcast. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? What's up with you, TJ, man?
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
Big homie, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Mhm.
I look up to you, man. Like I said, you definitely hold yours, bro. And man, I had to go into that chat, bro, and I had to take over with y'all, man. I had to. And I know I was trolling. I was trolling like a fool. I know.
Oh my goodness.
With that Lil Wayne said. I said, no, he did not say Lil Wayne said.
I was like, man, wow. Like, I was like, man, you talk about like no credibility. Like no disrespect to Lil Wayne. Like, he is an icon in music and hip hop. Don't get me wrong, but you barking up the wrong tree, my friend. Like, we don't even like, come on, man. Lil Wayne been trying to make us believe that he was a blood and a Crip, and like, come on, man, you a gangster. Like, come on, dude, you was riding around in a Bentley at 15. Like, it's like, tell me about your life. You know what I'm saying? Tell me about your struggle.
But
you know,
he's Holly Grove, though. I'm like, man. What? I said, all right. He said, I'm from Ninth Ward. I'm from Ninth Ward.
I was born in a Ninth Ward. I moved from the 8th Ward. Like, come on, man. Like, you move around. Like, just because you in that area, like, bruh, most people that grew up in the Ninth Ward, you know, they probably was, you know, most of them, you know, took on a life of crime. I went to church every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? What, like, just because you're from a certain area doesn't give you stripes. Just means you from that area. I mean, I stay right down the street from the Desire Project. Don't give me no stripes. Right? No. You know what I'm saying? So I don't where's the credit? There's no credibility in that, man. None.
Not at all. And he a Packers fan on top of that. I don't like Aaron Rodgers, man. I'm like, bro, don't you ever disrespect us talking about what Lil Wayne said. I said that will forever be a meme. I swear. Boy, he was getting tighter than that thing up in there. I was like, yeah. You don't got to keep applying that pressure to him, boy. He was big mad. And homeboy up there, he was too silent. I said he had to call for backup. He said, I ain't called for backup. I said, yes, you did. You know you called for backup. I don't need no milk. I said, yes, you do. You need to go to sleep right now. You need to go to sleep right now. Man. Yeah, but TJ, man, like I said, I watch your podcast all the time, big homie. And
I appreciate it, man.
I want to keep it short, sweet, and simple, dog. Like I said, man, I'm here, man. I love you, man. And man, bro, I've been watching you for years. I just ain't said nothing, dog. I just ain't said nothing. But,
man.
Who that, big fan?
Yeah, I appreciate that. And thank you so much for the call, man. I appreciate you supporting me on the podcast. And it's Straight Booming Podcast. Is that your podcast? Or tell us a little bit about it.
You know what? Straight Booming is my podcast, man. I'm working things out right now, and in like a week or so, man, I'm about to start airing my first episodes or whatever.
Okay.
I got a little setup right here, man. Look real professional. Got the backdrop, the desk, everything, man. We're gonna be talking about a little bit of everything, man. We're gonna be roasting. I'm actually reach out to you. I reached out to Big Q. Big Q gonna go ahead fall through on that, man. I love for you to go ahead fall through when I get my situation set up.
Yeah, man. No doubt about it. Like, anytime you're ready, just hit me up. Like, man, I always got time for you, man. And even if you want to come on here and talk about or promote your podcast, man, look, it's all love, man. Just go ahead and send me a link. I don't know if you're on Twitter. State of Saints, you can, like I retweet anything you have, man. I'm all for like supporting and helping, individuals the best way I can, help them build a, podcast or, the little bit that I can do, man. But good luck to you.
Hey, thank you so much, TJ. Hey, now on Twitter, bro, when I reach out to you, my host name is Saint B Bowman. I go under Saint B Bowman, but my podcast is Straight Booming Podcast. So when you see somebody say Saint B Bowman, I got like 11,000 followers, bro. You gonna know it's me.
Okay. All right, man. I definitely will follow your channel. I definitely hope that everybody else go ahead and plug your Twitter handle once again, man, for everybody, so they can find
Oh
you?
yeah, man. Follow me on Twitter at Saint B Bowman.
All right. Yeah, man.
At
Appreciate
Saint B
that.
Bowman on Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Thank
hey
you so
TJ,
much,
man, we
man.
got
I
to go ahead
appreciate
and
it,
make
man.
history, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
Sounds
sir.
good to me. And keep up that good work, man. You take care and good luck to you.
Who that?
Who that? Yeah, man. Straight Booming Podcast, man. Y'all make sure y'all support the podcast and good luck to you. Gabriel, what's going on?
What's going on? Who that?
Yeah, who that, man?
Yeah, I had connected with you a few minutes ago. I don't know what happened, but
I was getting an echo. I was getting an echo. I can hear myself in the background, man, and I couldn't really hear you. So I can hear you now, man. So what you got for me?
Man, I'm just excited about the game, man. I'm a diehard Saints fan. I've been keeping up with your podcast, but I think like a year probably by now. And
okay, wow, man.
Shit,
Thank you.
I'm a big fan of the podcast and what you got going on. So stay motivated and keep doing what you're doing. Keep it coming, man, because everybody enjoy it.
Man, I'm glad to hear that, man. I'm glad you enjoyed Gabriel. And like I said, man, look, my door is always open, man. You can always call in.
Hey, man, check it out. Check it out. I'm watching you on the phone and the TV. And the big screen.
Man, I appreciate that, man. I never see myself in high definition, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but what you think? I think we got a good chance to go to the Super Bowl this year, man. What you think?
Yeah, man. I really think we have a chance to go to the Super Bowl. I think that we have a huge chance, man. Probably better than we had in years past. I think Quan Alexander being an addition to the Saints is beneficial. I feel like Demario Davis has taken an extra step to put himself in elite territory as a linebacker. And I feel like finally it seems like the secondary is on the same page. So I think that this is going to be a great opportunity for the New Orleans Saints to win a Super Bowl. And it'd be shame on them if they don't get it, man. What you think?
Yeah, it'll be a big shame on them. I think this the year.
Yeah, I really do, man. I think as long as they take this type of defense into the playoffs, I think they should be okay, man. But I mean, they gotta finish it, man. It's one thing to do it in a regular season. You got to be able to do it in the playoffs, man.
Yeah, this the problem though. I'm tired of all this hype with the Kansas City Chiefs, man. Nobody don't think we could beat them.
Well, I'm not intimidated by the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that they have a lot of weapons. That is true. But I do think that you can scheme against them, and they're not as indestructible as people are making them out to be. I see a lot of holes in the defense, and honestly, if the Saints were to lose to the Chiefs, I wouldn't lose any sleep. I would rather them beat them in a Super Bowl if they see them again. But I don't think they're indestructible. I'm not buying the hype. They're a good football team, but I think it has a lot to do with the fact that the AFC is kind of down this season.
Yeah, you're right. There's another thing though. I know Chiefs got a lot of offensive weapons and receivers, but you know one thing, they gotta have time to get the ball off for the receivers to be effective.
Yeah, and if you pressure Patrick Mahomes, you know what I'm saying, there's a chance that you can get home, and also you can run against the team, which the Saints do pretty well. The Saints can run between the tackles, and they have Latavius Murray and they have Alvin Kamara, man. So I think they have what it takes to combat, and go toe to toe with the firepower of the Kansas City Chiefs. And I think that the cornerbacks and the safeties are going to take this game as a measuring stick game. And we all know that the Saints in real time and big time games, they rise to the occasion. But Gabriel, man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the phone call. Call back anytime, man. I have a couple of people on the line, but thank you.
All right. Thank you too, man.
All right. Take care, man. Yeah, man. Shouts out to Gabriel, man. I'm getting a lot of first time callers here tonight. Lone Wolf. What's going on, man?
What's going on, TJ?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, bro. I was in that chat early. I was listening to the nonsense, bro. I had to get out of there. When he said that Matt Ryan was top 10, I said, "Oh hell!" No. It was the end of the whole thing for me. I was like, All right,
Man,
I
I
had
walked
enough.
off. I know y'all seen me walk
I
off, man,
seen
when you
you
said
walked
that.
off. I walked off,
Like,
TJ. I walked away from the phone, TJ. I'm sitting there watching it on the phone. I'm like, oh, I know you capping right now.
man,
And
I
then
walked
he
off.
said Tom Brady. Oh, and it'll show. I said, man, what is he talking about?
All I can say is pass the weed. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think that Tom Brady is on the same playing field as Matt Ryan, you got to be out your mind. I'm sorry, man. I respect Matt Ryan. I don't want people to think I don't. I respect him as a quarterback. But to say that he is on, bro, this dude ain't even in the same room. This man ain't even on the same floor as Tom Brady. It's just the truth, man. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? As fans, sometimes like we can become delusional about a quarterback. That ain't it, bro. Like that wasn't it. That wasn't it, man. Like I agree that you know what I'm saying, he top 15, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like top 20, maybe. Okay.
Top 10?
Top 10. Come on, man. Marino, Montana, Breeze, Manning, Favre. Ryan?
I put Eli before Matt Ryan. I put Eli Manning before Matt Ryan all day,
bro.
Like, are you kidding me?
That ain't it, man. That ain't it. Like, I feel you that you're a fan, but come on, man. Let's put some context behind
That's
this,
all
man.
I'm
like
saying, this man talking about he know football. TJ, he was in there. I know football. Blah, 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 blah. And then you gonna make a statement like that? All right, man.
Look, I'm not gonna say he don't know football. I mean, he had some good knowledge on the game, but that was a jumping off a building without a parachute type thing going on right there, bro. Like that was a hot take. That was a Phoenix, Arizona summer day hot take right there. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a hot take, man. And
that's all I'm saying. I know that was purely that had to be for the channel, man. That's all I was thinking now. Like that had to be for the channel. Ain't no way he's sitting there on the street talking to anybody talking about, Matt Ryan top 10. What?
and somebody just said, man, he had more Saints clips than Falcon clips. And I'm like, all the clips that you had was in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, okay, like where the Falcon clips at with the playoffs? That's all I was saying. I'm like, come on, man.
Cam Jordan destroying Matt Ryan game after game.
I'm not like honestly,
having
man.
Fun with that boy.
I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed, Lone Wolf. I wasn't, man. Like I've seen all the memes. I've seen all the videos. I've seen the Minneapolis Miracle video so many times, man. That don't even faze me no more. Like you can't have that back. You know what I'm saying? You can't have it back.
I don't know what they was thinking. I'm like, do y'all know how much shit stop cussing. You know how many things we've been through as Saints fans? You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, bro, that's the worst y'all can do? Man, can I take you back to that Jaguar game when them boys did all them hook and laterals and you know what I'm saying? John Carney missed a field goal.
I still think about how Marshawn Lynch just destroyed
bro, thank you.
Just bullied.
Thank you.
Like y'all brought up the Vikings?
Man, what are we doing? Man, what are we doing here, man? What are we doing? Like that's all I'm saying. Like that don't, like I said, that don't faze me because there's one key element about all of those clips. The Saints were in the playoffs, and the Falcons were nowhere to be found. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. But Lone Wolf, man, I appreciate the phone call, brother. Thank you.
Always, bro.
All right. All right, peace out, man. Shouts out to Lone Wolf, man. We're going to go to Kendrick. Kendrick, what's going on, man? Kendrick, are you there? All right, we're going to move on from Kendrick, man. We're going to go to T Dirty. T Dirty, what's going on, man?
What up, Big TJ? What up with it, man?
Man, what's going on, man? That man on a forklift.
Man, I still say Willie Beeman is better than Matt Ryan.
The name is Willie. Willie Beeman.
Them dudes was tight, TJ. I had to control myself because I was getting hot. I'm talking about the Saints, bro. Like, man. They was in there sounding so stupid, though, bro. It sounded like bums fighting over trash. That's my tin can. That's my drumstick. That's my chicken bone. Trying to make excuses for that bum team, bro. Come on. He kept putting them on clips up. I'm like, where the clips at of the Falcons fan when they blew that lead, bro? Cause I got that clip.
That's what I said. That's what I said. I said, what that Bow Wow clip at? When he was like grandstanding in the first half and lost his mind in the second. Like, what happened?
Man, I saw that clip, but did you see the one when they were celebrating, high fiving, and hugging each other? And then a few hours later, they was
right.
You got that clip through you. Come on, man. Bro. But yeah, we had your back in that, TJ. I watch you and Big Q, man, faithfully, bro.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Like I said, it didn't bother me at all. I kind of like the first 5 minutes of the show, I kind of knew where it was going. You know, when I first asked the first question, when I kind of gave them some credit about some of the moves, and I talked about my thoughts on Raheem Morris, and then you start talking about, you know, the Minnesota Miracle. I'm like, okay, I see what type of show this is going to be. So I just kind of buckled in. So
you handling your own, though, dog. I had to step. I had to get ready for work. See, I'm at work right now. I'm doing that graveyard thing like you, big dog. But
yeah, man.
Hey, get out here for these dudes. Take me out, bro.
Yeah, man. You got to do what you got to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, I'm on that graveyard shift too, man. But you know, I'm off tonight, so yeah, man. But keep on doing what you're doing, man. Get your grind on, bro. Appreciate that call, T Dirty, and thanks for that support, brother. Yeah, man.
OG Jerry Porter. I see you, Jerry. All right, TJ.
All right, T Dirty. Take it easy, man. Man, shout out to T Dirty on a forklift on this thing, man. That man leaning back. Hey, yeah, TJ, man, I'm up in this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I was over there, bro. Yeah, man, that man, like he having fun, you know. But shouts out to T Dirty. We're gonna take a few more, man. Then we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Randy says, y'all come check us out at NFC Elite, TJ. Oh man, I'm already there. What are you like, Randy? I'm already in that thing. Yeah, I'll definitely be in there slamming them Bucks fans at times. We would love to have y'all in the NFC Elite South and NFC Elite 2.0. Man, I'll definitely be up in there slamming them Bucks fans. I'll be bringing that energy because, bro, the Bucks fans, my goodness. Bucks fans, like, this is what the Bucks fans will do. Now, we all know that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans were talking mad greasy at the beginning of the season. When they got Tom Brady, when they had Mike Evans, when they had Chris Godwin, when they had Gronk, when they had Shaq Barrett and Jason Pierre-Paul and Ndamukong Suh, they was talking mad greasy. Then when the season went on, they started winning, and they got Antonio Brown. They was still talking mad greasy. But now, the team ain't all it cracked up to be. Now, all of a sudden, when Saints fans start firing back, man, Saints fans always on Bucks pages. Why they name always in the mouth of Saints fans? It's because y'all put it there. Y'all put it in the mouth of the Saints fans. Y'all was the ones that wanted to go for the crown. Y'all were trying to battle for the title. Y'all thought y'all was there. Y'all thought y'all was ready for prime time, and you were not. You weren't. So excuse us for bringing the same energy that you guys have had all season long, and it has not worked in your favor. So, of course, y'all gonna get these jokes, and we can care less about y'all. Y'all made us care about you. Y'all came up to us and challenged us to a duel. Y'all did like they did in medieval times. You took off your glove and slapped us across the face with it and said you challenged us to a duel. So guess what happened? We took our glove off and we slapped you twice because we swept you. Twice. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Who that warlord? Bring out the brooms, baby. Sweeping the birds out the door. Oh man. Since adding AB, the Bucks dropped off bad. Yeah, they definitely did, man. That and they ain't got no offensive line. Hey TJ, I know it's nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I feel people actually forgot about Sammy Knight. I didn't. I think Sammy Knight was an incredible safety, and I think the Saints were one of the cheapest teams in the league to let that guy go to the Chiefs. That's what I feel. I think the Saints had a playmaker on every level, and they let those guys go, and it's sad. Absolutely sad because they didn't want to pay him. Tom Benson, may you rest in peace, but one boy was that bad, a cheap son of a gun. Jordan says, I don't even think Tampa will make the playoffs. The NFC West is too good. I don't want to go that far. I think they'll make the playoffs. They mad now, TJ. Well, probably, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was the topic of conversation, but we gave them some good content, man, and that's very important. Rodney says, dudes, you crazy. Yeah, man. I mean, we did beat them twice. Felix says, tell them. Roasting Falcons, bring your grills out as well. Look, man, I think the game gonna be interesting. But I do think the Saints still gonna win that game. That ain't gonna be good though. We're gonna have a second Thanksgiving this Sunday. Dude, you that good. People don't want you to go to sleep. I don't know, man. I just enjoy doing this show, man. Y'all make this show so fun to do. My goodness. I promise you, I only had like about an hour and a half of sleep all day. I've been up. Like, of course, I had to work last night. I worked from 11 to 7:30. I got off. I drove to the radio station, and on my lunch break, I took a little nap at the station, and then I ended up having to go get my son, and then I went to the mall, and then I came back to do the show with the guys. So I didn't get that much sleep, man, but I enjoyed doing this show. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to crash pretty hard when I hit the head on a pillow. We got your back, TJ. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. I thank y'all for that. Let's see. Keen Arthur says, TJ, man, like Cam Jordan said, they playing for second place in the South. Hey, bro, let me call in. How do I call in? Hey, look, man, I think I'm about to go ahead and call it a night, to be honest with you. I'm going to do a show on tomorrow. Probably going to be tomorrow morning, man. So if you want to call in, feel free to do so. I apologize, man, but it's been a long day. It's almost 1 o'clock here in South Carolina, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. I apologize, man, but I guarantee I definitely will take your call next time. Who that kid Fitzgerald says, Taysom, go show out, little brother. Watch what I tell you. Well, I hope so, because people talking that mad noise, man, as y'all can see. I mean, they had them winning. They had the Falcons winning. I never that was the first time ever. Like, I'm being serious. I never heard anybody predict the Falcons to win a football game with such conviction. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like I wouldn't expect anything different, but it was just something to see. It's something that's like that was like the most diehard Falcon fans I ever seen. Like, I've never seen diehard Falcon fans like those guys, and I respect that. They showed me something. They taught me something. A couple things that I didn't know. A couple coaches that I wasn't aware of, but I just never seen that much conviction. TJ, your podcast is so good because it's for fans from a fan. Keep it up, brother. Love it. Who that? Yeah, that true words were never spoken. That is exactly what this podcast is. Yep. It's for fans from a fan. And that's what it is about. And that's like the whole concept of this show. That's the whole concept of it. Get your rest, man. You deserve that. St. James, I appreciate that. Let me see. Damian says, like the way I sparked up Sam and I, awesome Saints fans. Yeah, man. Sam and Knight is the man. Chiefs Saints Super Bowl, hope so. And my guy Ghostface Griller finished us off with Raiders game was their Super Bowl. Yeah, man. I mean, they played much better. And, I expect for them to play much better this coming week. I expect for them to sack Matt Ryan 8 times. They might, put him on the ground a couple of times, but it won't be 8 times. But I want to say thank you all for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. I really do appreciate it. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. And once again, thank you to everybody that allowed the State of the Saints podcast to go over 5,000 subscribers. That's right. We have hit 5,000 subscribers here on the State of the Saints podcast, and the show has been downloaded 850,000 times. So thank you all very much for liking and sharing the videos, for telling your friends and telling your enemies, about the show. And I appreciate that. So, and thank you all once again for, being on it forever. I love the Atlanta sports podcast, supporting the State of the Saints podcast. You're truly on tonight. And once again, subscribe, go to facebook.com, search the State of the Saints podcast. Previous episodes, you already know, available on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM, and all other podcast platforms. Till next time, all I got to say is, who that?